All right. By show of fingers, who has heard the term AI? AI. Who's heard the term? All five of you have. Who's heard the term artificial intelligence? All five of you have. Gavin, what does it mean?
Kind of just what it says. Machine learning, just computers taking over the world basically now. It's moving far too fast.
Okay.
It was cool at first, now it's scary.
All right. Show of fingers, who's heard the term AGI? AGI. Who's heard that term? Brittany, you have. What does it mean, Brittany?
I'm not exactly sure what it means. I've just heard it before.
Okay, so I'm going to make this
I've
into a
heard
quick.
the term thrown out there, but I'm not sure exactly what the meaning is.
Okay, so you're not sure what the G is in AGI.
Right.
Okay, anybody else?
They get graphics are governing. I don't know.
Don't guess. Don't guess. All right. By a show of fingers, who has heard of Chat GPT? Who's heard of Chat GPT? All five of you have. Show of fingers, who's used Chat GPT? All. Sharika, you've used it too? All five of you have. Okay. Give me a little sense of what you guys have used it for. Not a long explanation, just roughly, what have you used it for? Sharika, what have you used it for?
I've used it for genealogy and other simple questions.
Okay. Hold on, how about you?
I used it to ask questions about product research, like entrepreneurial type stuff, releasing a product, digital product.
Got it. Gavin, how about you?
Random questions about job searching.
Okay. Chris?
Create like agents to help with just give it tasks.
Say the last part again. I missed it.
To give it tasks like phone services and delegating certain things.
Okay. Brittany, how about you? What did you use it for?
Mainly for like some of my reporting and organization of my emails and documents.
Got it. Okay. By a show of fingers, how many of you use ChatGPT at least once a week? 3 of you do. Okay. By a show of fingers, who has used AI tools other than ChatGPT? Okay, so I'm sorry, I got the 3 guys, Gavin, Chris, and Olan. Oh, Sharika, you've done it too. Sorry, okay. Gavin, which ones did you use?
Meta.
Okay. Chris?
OpenAI, Grok, Canvas, DeepSeek.
Okay. Shariko, how about you?
I've used DeepSeek as well. I've also used Meta, and I also use the HR AI tools that are built into certain systems.
Okay. And Olan, how about you?
Midjourney and Leonardo AI.
Okay. All right. So on balance, this is just looking at all of AI from top to bottom. On balance, would you describe yourself as an AI supporter or an AI opponent? Okay, so show of fingers. Who would describe yourself as an AI supporter? Four of you. Gavin, you're being an opponent?
Not fully. I just
But on
can't be a
balance-
full
Yeah.
proponent.
Okay. Are you on balance? Are you more opponent or supporter?
Supporter, I guess. We'll go supporter.
Really? So you're more support than oppose.
Sure.
Well, are you more supporter
Yeah,
than oppose?
yeah. Yeah, 51 to 49%.
Okay, got you.
Good AI
You've got
answer.
so you've got some significant objections, even though you
Correct.
supported on.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, so I got a little fill in the blank exercise. Actually, two of them back to back for you folks. Listen carefully to this one. When it comes to artificial intelligence, please fill in the rest of this sentence. In the future, I hope AI. In the future, I hope AI. What would you fill it in with? Everybody
Doesn't
have one
become
before.
sentient.
Hang on a second. Does everybody have one first? You all do? You all have something? Hold on. Why don't you go first?
In the future, I hope that AI is integrated into our everyday, like I said, curriculum. I look at AI as a tool, like any other, like a calculator, like Google search. And so it's something that's here. It's not going away. So
Got it. Got it. I was listening for the rest of the phrase. I'm sorry.
got it. No problem.
No problem. Sharika, fill in the blank. In the future, I hope AI what?
I would love AI to handle all the tasks that I don't enjoy doing. Right? I'd love to have like a little robot or something in the house, clean, respond to errands, respond to emails, handle all the things that take up a lot of my time.
Got it. Thank you. Brittany, how about you?
In the future, I hope AI stays convenient and where it is.
Okay. Where it is meaning what?
Where in the state that it is now, I don't want it to overtake human interactions.
All right. We'll get to that in a minute, actually. Chris.
Regulated, transparent, and controlled.
Okay. Gavin.
That and only be used for good.
All right. Second question. You probably know where I'm going with this. Fill in the blank. In the future, I worry that AI what? I worry that AI fill in the blank. Everybody have one? Don't overthink it. Like first thing that comes to mind, your top level worry is. Everybody have one? Okay. Gavin, go first, please.
It's going to overtake human thinking.
Okay. Sharika.
I worry about AI becoming overly sentient, and that's problematic.
All right. Hold on.
Okay.
Decreasing social interactions.
Chris?
Destroy humanity.
Brittany?
I worry AI will take human, like take in place of humans.
They'll take the place of humans.
Mhm.
Okay. By a show of fingers, how many of you are concerned about AI's impact on jobs? I've got 4 of you. Okay. Chris, tell me about that.
Two things that come to my mind. They ran the first full-blown commercial and it won awards, all done by AI marketing. And then obviously doctors, AI's 5 times smarter than any doctor already, and this is the beginning.
Okay. All right. Someone else have a different view of the impact on jobs? Anybody have a point of view different from Chris when it comes to jobs?
Same general concept. The music can be written by AI completely now, and screenplays with barely any human interaction at all.
Okay. Why is that concerning?
It just kills human art.
Okay. Any other concerns about any other types of jobs?
News stories, you can't tell a reality from, from fake. I mean, I could make myself look like, Trump right now with AI.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who thinks policymakers are working to ensure our educational system is preparing workers for an AI-driven economy? None of you do. Okay. So what should policymakers be doing in this regard? Give me some suggestions. You're in Congress, you're a governor, president. You see this AI thing coming? What should they be doing to prepare workers for an AI-driven economy?
I think they should be teaching and getting workers prepared. So, I mean, there's always going to be someone that needs to run AI. So I think that they should be helping them position themselves.
Okay. In terms of policies that the government should implement, what kind of policies would you implement, Brittany, to make that happen?
I would say I think that all the companies should put in place just part of their SOP, their standard operations procedures, that maybe going forward that each associate or each employee has to have this amount of hours or something for learning or taking classrooms or trainings or something like that, referring to AI.
Okay. And what role should the government play in that?
I think that they should be supportive, and that they would be the ones kind of passing it down, the knowledge and the teaching to the companies, to whoever the heads of the companies and so forth, like a domino effect, really.
Okay. Who's got a different suggestion what policymakers should be doing to make sure that workers are prepared for an AI-driven economy? Chris?
It should be meeting with, Zuckerberg and Sam Altman, but it's really hard to do because it's growing so fast. By the time it gets there, it's already something's changed. I mean, it's
What
people
should
who know
happen? Chris, Zuckerberg, Altman should be doing what?
I'm saying the government should be meeting with them to learn about how fast it's growing, because the time it gets to them, it's outdated. I mean, you have ChatGPT-5 that just came out, and you had 4, 2 weeks ago? I mean, it's growing at an exponential rate, but they need to have it more connected, I guess, with the makers behind it. Zuckerberg hired the Avengers of AI people recently.
Okay, got it. All right, so Cindy's going to show you a slide describing some white-collar jobs that could be affected by emerging AI technologies. I'm just going to put these up on the screen. So clerks and operational staff. AI can perform a number of office tasks, including answering phones, filing electronic documents, and entering data into software programs. Lawyers and paralegals. AI scans and predicts what documents will be relevant to a case, locates cases similar to the one a lawyer is working on, and analyzes legal questions in a few paragraphs, summarizing the answer and providing a 2-page explanatory memo. Accountants and bookkeepers. AI can take on simple tasks that junior accountants usually do, letting experienced professionals handle the complicated tasks. And graphic designers. AI generates faster design outputs, allowing companies to hire fewer designers and providing a cost-effective alternative for smaller businesses, that may not have the resources to hire a team of designers. Take that off the screen, please. So, Olan, what's your reaction to that slide?
I think technology is a good thing. And again, I think a lot of people are scared about AI, where I think they should look at the opportunity. It's there to help you to reduce a lot of the inefficiencies and things that take out so much time. So I think if you can learn the basics or the fundamentals of AI, if the government could possibly provide, like I said, training, maybe it's optional. If you don't have to do it, at least you have that at your disposal. Like I said, it's a tool like a calculator, like Google. Hey, it's there. You don't have to do it, but if you know the bare minimum, then you can keep up in this new digital AI, economy.
Okay, got it. Anybody have a different reaction to those job changes that are happening because of AI? You guys have a different reaction to Olan's?
I'm not good with AI. I've used it for all of those. And my job requires all of those.
Okay, got it. Next question. What should the government do to help the people who will lose their jobs due to AI? Anybody have any thoughts about that? Sharika, you have any thoughts on that?
I think we're moving towards an economy where many people will be unemployed and the government will give you a living subsidy every month.
Okay, do you like that idea or not?
Um, I see how it could help some, but I think it's hurtful. I think it's hurtful to live in a world run by machines, ultimately.
Okay. What about the rest of you? What do you think of the concept that Sharika put on the table? That basically the government supports the people who lose their jobs because of AI.
So it would be similar to some type of buyout, like how they do with like Chrysler, like the big three, Chrysler, GM, and Ford, that give buyouts.
Okay. But wait, show of fingers, who likes that idea? People lose their jobs because of AI and the government cuts them a check each month. Show of fingers, who likes that idea? None of you like it.
Well, I don't think that I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. I think that that will open up some other doors for, for people to start different things that they may have always wanted to start or do.
Okay. Let me ask you a question a little differently. What if the government said to these large companies making massive amounts of money because of AI, we're going to impose a special tax on you because you're making such huge profits from the AI that you're running, that we're going to take that tax and we're going to redistribute it to the people who lost their jobs. So if you were displaced because of AI, these large companies like Meta and OpenAI and others, they're going to subsidize you. Show of fingers, who likes that idea of the government making those companies pay the people who lost their jobs? Sharika. Okay, got one of you. Next question. Show of fingers. Who thinks the government should step in and regulate the development of AI? I got one, Sharika. Sharika, what steps should the government take?
To be frank with you, I'm not sure because AI has already gone so far already. But there should definitely be some controls in place so it doesn't get out of hand like it's starting to do.
Okay. So by a show of fingers, who has heard anything about the environmental impacts of AI data centers? Four of you have. Gavin, what have you heard?
Massive heat and power consumption.
Massive heat and power consumption? Okay. What else have you guys heard about that?
Bad for the environment. Zuckerberg built the biggest data center, which drained all the water from the local houses around. Yeah.
Where was that?
You said where?
Yeah, where?
I want to say it was a Texas or Tennessee, one of those. I know my Elon's might be in Tennessee. I forget where it was, but yeah.
Have any of you heard about this going on in Georgia?
I heard they're building data centers or bringing data centers to Georgia. I've heard of that.
Okay. Has anybody heard about environmental damage because of data centers already in Georgia? Anybody heard about that? No. Okay. By a show of fingers, who's heard about data centers having an impact on nearby residents' drinking water? Okay, 2 of you have. Hold on, what have you heard about that?
Like Chris was saying before, I think it was in Tennessee where Elon had opened up a data center, and then the could be water, could have been the air, but I know there's definitely an impact. I can't really say for sure if it was water, but I think it was in Tennessee with the one that he had opened up. I remember a lot of the residents had big fusses with the going back and forth with the local news station.
Got it. By a show of fingers, who's heard anything about the energy consumption required to run AI data centers? Four of you have. Okay. So if I told you that the US is going to need a massive amount of additional electricity to power all the data centers being built, what would your reaction be? Brittany, what
Not
would your
surprised.
reaction? What? I'm sorry, Gavin?
Not surprised.
Not surprised. Okay.
We're gonna need a lot more than just power, but other things were.
Okay. Any other reactions to that?
I would say a little concerning,
Why?
because when I think about that, because that's going to affect the power grids, that will affect like if I have an electric car, electric vehicle. So I just was wondering like how that would be in effect too.
Okay. So how would a data center affect your electric car?
Well, you said they would need, in order to put these massive data centers, they're going to need a massive amount of electricity. So,
Exactly. So why would that affect your car?
well, I have an electric car, so I just think that, it may affect all around, not just me having an electric car, but just the EV industry as a whole and all of the power grids.
So, Brittany, I'm pushing you for a reason. You're being very kind. What's your worry? Just because those data centers are going to be using a lot of electricity, what does it mean for people who have electric cars? Why should they care? Connect the dots for me.
Well, I mean, it also can be a sense of some type of control, because if these massive data centers that they've built collapse or something, or something happens, it's like that also could be an effect on like a shutdown. Even all of the EV stations, charging stations and stuff like that. So what if something happens where that goes off and then you don't have any charging stations? So I'm just kind of thinking.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you. By a show of fingers, who'd be in favor of building additional nuclear power plants to accommodate the energy needs for the new data centers coming online? I got one Gavin. Okay.
There's always one.
There's always one. Okay. And what about the other 4 of you? What's your opposition to that?
There's going to be new ways to make that, but obviously there's nuclear accidents, there's terrorists, there's radiation, environmental impact. Yeah.
Okay. Is that the same concern that the other 3 of you have?
And it costs money to build that a lot.
Okay. Got it. By a show of fingers, do any of you live in areas where a new data center has been built in the last 5 years? One of you has.
No.
Okay. And is that the data center there been a positive, negative, or neutral development in your area, Chris?
I mean, neutral, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I wanted to show you a couple of slides with recent headlines about AI. Cindy's going to put them up on the screen. Just take a second to read these headlines. Okay. Cindy, put the second slide up. Okay, so you guys get the gist of these headlines, right? All right. So by a show of fingers, actually, Brittany, you're fading off the screen. If you could point your camera down a tiny bit. I'm sorry. I was losing you there. Thank you. By a show of fingers, who's seen articles like these recently? 3 of you have? Okay. So I'd like to know whether you see this as fear-mongering or whether these are realistic concerns. So among the 5 of you, who sees these as fear-mongering? Just trying to instill fear in people. Gavin, you think it's fear-mongering?
There's a certain amount of truth to it, but I think overall, yeah, fear mongering.
Okay. Who thinks these are just these are realistic concerns? Show of fingers. Who'd say these are realistic concerns that you're reading about there? 4 of you do. Okay. By a show of fingers, who's concerned that AI personas will replace human friends for some people? All 5 of you. Okay. Hold on. You talked about that a little bit earlier, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about that concern. What would this look like?
It's already happening. If you're on Instagram, I've seen fake profiles that have hundreds of thousands of followers and engagement, and it's pretty apparent that these are not real people, but yet people are following and engaging with it. And I guess if it's giving them the illusion that it's a real person, I think it can be dangerous because, again, if you're connected to something that's online and virtual, when you go out into the real world, it's going to affect your ability to communicate or basically maybe form real connections, with the people outside in the everyday world.
Okay. Anybody else have a somewhat different concern about this?
Concern about what was?
Basically, that AI personas will replace human friends for some people.
Yeah, I mean, that's mental health. I mean, I work in that industry, and it definitely is going to affect people. And kind of like he was saying, I mean, there's things where I could put something on and start do OnlyFans, and you would think I'd be the hottest chick in the world. I mean, it's just very deceptive and misleading. I mean, it's
Okay. By a show of fingers, who's concerned that AI will weaken privacy protections, especially related to financial data? Especially related to financial data. 4 of you do. Okay. Sharika, what's your concern about that?
I just wanted to make sure you saw my hand, but I think the larger and the more vast AI becomes in our everyday lives, the less privacy we have overall.
What about
Period.
how about related to financial data? You have a concern about that?
Well, because if all these machines are in your financial wallet, right? If all of us have the same bank and we all are using reporting to the same AI machine, do you know how many mistakes could be made with our finances being handled by a computer? How you could get my balance and I could get yours, how one of you could be emptied out and it should have been someone else. I think AI usage is a very volatile situation. And they're already sentient computers. Like Google has some sentient computers. That's problematic on many levels. So,
All right. Anybody else have a different concern about the impacts of privacy regarding financial data? So different from what Sharika said.
It can leak it to anyone. I mean, it's connected to your email, which it can pull out money, crypto. There's a lot of things that go involved. But, yeah.
Okay, got
It's
it.
people using it to leverage it. It's another tool.
Meaning what, Gavin?
People can use AI to get your financial information, make it much easier.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Tax audits too. No IRS anymore.
Sure. By a show of fingers, who's concerned that AI will figure out how to launch weapons on their own without human commanders? Show of fingers, who's concerned about that? 4 of you all. Okay. By a show of fingers, who's concerned AI will be used to undermine our country's political system? Four of you concerned about that. Gavin, what might that look like?
I'm really not sure. Just the thought of it is it seems very palpable and easy to believe that it could happen. I'm not sure what side would do it, or if AI would decide on its own which side it would want to support.
Okay, so AI conceivably in your mind could decide it wants to support Republicans over Democrats, Democrats over Republicans.
And it would find a way to make it happen, which wouldn't be that hard.
Top of mind, anybody else have a concern about how it could undermine the political system?
I mean, Google had this was recently, you asked it a question and it came back with a response, and it was something that was more leaning to the Democratic, an answer of it. I forget what it was. I read an article on it, so it's already programmed that way. Obviously, try to disconnect it. It tries to clone itself, and it just, rabbit hole.
Got it. One last question on AI. Some people say the US has to win the AI race against China. By a show of fingers, who can tell me why some people say that's important? One of you, Chris. 2 of you, Brittany. Brittany, why is that important?
China is already ahead of us. They always have been in technology, at least about like 10 years. So the US is definitely behind when it comes to that, when it comes to AI or any other technology.
Okay. And why is it important for us to win that AI race with China? Why does it matter?
Well, it's gonna matter depending on what other political, what other things that are coming about between it. There's already been a fight between and this back and forth between United States and China. And then on top of that, we are in debt to them trillions and trillions of dollars.
Okay. Got it. By a show of fingers, who's heard the term AI? Who's heard the term AI? All 6 of you have. How about the term artificial intelligence? Who's heard that term? All 6 of you have. David, what does it mean?
Artificial intelligence. It's like, I don't like it myself. I don't like the.
Sorry, hang on a second. Please do not go there yet. We're going to have plenty of time to get there.
Okay.
Just tell me what it is. Don't tell me whether you like it or not.
Robotics.
It's robotics, okay? So I didn't mean to cut you off so quickly. I just want to make sure I didn't get ahead of myself in the conversation. I love it when my responds are ahead of me as opposed to behind me. So you're good. I just want you're a little too good for the sake of this part. Okay. So you said robotics. Jessica, what's meant by artificial intelligence?
It's a trained machine that's trying to be human-like.
Okay. Any other definitions of artificial intelligence or AI?
I think it's multiple computer systems scheduled to, well, it's computerized system that's actually meant to perform certain tasks
Okay.
beyond our level of thinking.
Got it. Okay. By a show of fingers, how many of you have heard the term AGI? Anybody? AGI.
Taxes.
I'm sorry?
When I do my taxes.
No, this is not about tax. This is
I know. That's the only time I heard it.
No other, okay. None of you. Show of fingers, who's heard of ChatGPT? Who's heard of ChatGPT? All 6 of you have. Show of fingers, who's used ChatGPT? Wait a second. 4 of you have. So not Jessica and David, right? Okay. So Todd, Vakanda, Rachel, and Kevin have used it. Kevin, what'd you use it for? Use in a sentence or two.
Oh, I played around with it, asked questions, appropriate and inappropriate, just to see what it would do.
Okay. Rachel, what do you use it for?
Travel plating.
Okay. Vakanda, how about you?
Legal questions.
All right. Todd?
Budgeting.
All right. Show of fingers of the 4 of you who've used it. How many use it more than once a week? 2 of you do. Todd and Vakanda. By a show of fingers, who has used AI tools other than ChatGPT? Oh, so Jessica, you've used AI tools, but not ChatGPT. Okay, so Jessica, tell me what you used.
I'm just playing around with the Apple AI on the new iOS updates.
Okay. Rochelle, which ones did you use?
Grok and Perplexity.
Right. Kevin?
Well, let me let y'all in on a little secret. If you search for something on Amazon, you sign in, you get to AI. That's where all your suggested purchases are. You go to Netflix, the same thing, suggested for you. Well, it's based on AI analysis of what you've watched.
Okay,
So,
but in terms of but in terms of deliberately using it for AI purposes, these general purpose AI tools, have you used any of those other than ChatGPT?
yeah, I've built them.
Okay. Built them in what sense, just so I understand?
To be integrated with the software product.
Okay, are you in the AI research field?
No, I'm in consulting and implementation.
Got it. Okay. Vakanda, which ones have you used other than ChatGPT?
Grok, Claude, and Perplexity.
And Todd, what about you?
Gemini.
Okay. David, sorry to leave you out for a few questions here. I just wanted to see what people are. But actually, Dave, I got a couple questions for you, actually. What's prevented you from using these tools?
I don't trust it. I'm sorry. I don't trust the AI. I don't think, I just don't trust it. And I'm old school. I like doing my own stuff. I don't want something writing my speeches. I don't need something doing my work. I like doing it myself, in my own words. So I can't blame a computer for it or having the computer do the work for me. I like doing it for myself. I'm sorry. I like doing everything for myself.
All right. Is there anything that would need to happen for you to start using these tools?
No. Oh no. Only if I dictate stuff in my own words and it will type it up and correct any spelling errors or anything, any punctuations and add punctuation. That'd be the only thing. I don't want to be saying, well, I went up the hill and stuff and jumped off the bridge and it turns it completely around. It doesn't and it types up something I did not say. I just can't. No.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. So for the 6 of you, on balance, would you describe yourself as an AI supporter or AI opponent? On balance. And it could be 100 to 0 in your mind. It could be 51-49 in your mind. On balance, looking at all of AI together. Show of fingers. Who would describe yourself as a supporter of AI? I've got 3, Todd, Vakanda, and Kevin. How about an opponent? 3 of you, Jessica, Rachel, and David. Okay, evenly split. For all 6 of you, a couple of fill in the blank exercises. First one, when it comes to artificial intelligence, please fill in the rest of this sentence. In the future, I hope AI, fill in the blank. In the future, I hope AI. Everybody got that? All right. Think about how you want to fill in that blank. You all have one for me? Okay. So I'm going to start with the people who are supporters. Todd, how would you fill in the blank?
Cures cancer.
Okay. Vakanda.
Improves responses. Like it sometimes it hallucinates. So I want it to be more truthful.
Okay. Kevin?
Well, aside from the obvious, hope it continues to pay my bills, I would say that I hope it continues to automate tasks, and do things quicker, such as research and things.
Okay. Jessica?
I would say I hope that it doesn't take over too many human jobs and replace humans.
Okay. Rachel?
That was mine. That it doesn't replace the need for humans.
Okay. And David, how about you?
I hope it doesn't make people more dumber because it would be doing all the work for them.
Okay. I got another sentence I want you to fill in the blanks. All 6 of you. In the future, I worry that AI, fill in the blank. In the future, I worry that AI, everybody got a blank filled in for themselves? You all do? Okay. Let me start with the people who are the opponents with this one. David, go first. In the future, I worry that AI.
Take over the world.
Okay. Rachel?
Will take over the need for human intelligence and emotions.
Jessica?
Will take away jobs from humans.
Okay. Kevin?
That it will cause issues with, say, the financial markets. Say an AI-based trading bot or what have you rates something as a buy or a sell and just starts going crazy selling stuff and dropping the price and bringing the market down.
Okay. Todd?
I'm worried it'll take over the world. It'll kill jobs. The list is endless.
And Vakanda?
I'm worried it will become obsolete.
What will become obsolete?
The AI, like it will just shut down.
Tell me a little bit more.
Like it'll just shut down, like it'll just stop working altogether. That's what I'm worried about. That it'll just stop working.
Okay, I mean, like one day you go in to use it and it just doesn't function? That kind
Right, exactly.
Got it. Okay, thank you. By a show of fingers, how many of you are concerned about AI's impact on jobs? Concerned about AI's impact on jobs? 5 of you. Okay. Todd, tell me about that.
It's going to have a huge impact on jobs. It's going to take away so many jobs. I mean, it can do coding, it can do finances, it can do pretty much anything.
Okay. What are the concerns that people have about AI and jobs? Rochelle?
I think that people rely on it too much. I mean, I'm a lawyer and I can tell you that a lot of documents that are produced are not reasonable. They're not good. There's a lot of holes in them, and I think it's going to end up creating a lot more lawsuits in the future. I just think that we can't, I don't think you can get rid of humans and go all AI because it's just not accurate all the time.
All right. What other concerns people have about AI and jobs? Any others? Okay. By a show of fingers, who thinks policymakers are working to ensure our educational system is preparing workers for an AI-driven economy? None of you think they're doing that. So what should policymakers be doing in this regard in terms of working to ensure our educational systems preparing workers? What should policymakers be doing? Anybody?
It doesn't
Kevin.
matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing because the students are just going to use AI to cheat anyway.
Okay. But to answer my question, though, what should policymakers be doing to ensure our educational system is preparing workers for an AI-driven economy?
Well, they need to be revamping their curriculum a little bit.
Okay, but hold on a second. But what should policymakers be doing? So if you're a member of Congress or president, whomever, what should those people who make policy be doing to ensure our educational system is preparing workers for an AI-driven economy?
Well, they should be providing funding to the local systems, and the local systems need to be figuring out what to do with it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think they need to do research. I think that they don't really know. I feel like it was the same thing with Obamacare. You know, like you don't know what you don't know. And so you make these rules and they're not really in the best interest of the people because you're not a doctor. You don't know what they go through. And you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the same thing. Like they just don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about AI, and I'm sure there's tons of people that don't know about it. And so I think they need to educate themselves.
Okay. Got it. All right. So Cindy's going to put up on screen a slide describing some white-collar jobs that could be affected by emerging AI technologies. I'll read it out loud. Clerks and operational staff. AI can perform a number of office tasks, including answering phones, filing electronic documents, and entering data into software programs. Lawyers and paralegals. AI scans and predicts what documents will be relevant to a case, locates cases similar to the one a lawyer is working on, and analyzes legal questions in a few paragraphs, summarizing the answer and providing a 2-page explanatory memo. Accountants and bookkeepers. AI can take on simple tasks that junior accountants usually do, letting experienced professionals handle the complicated tasks. and graphic designers. AI generates faster design outputs, allowing companies to hire fewer designers and providing a cost-effective alternative for smaller businesses that may not have the resources to hire a team of designers. Take that off the screen, please. Vakanda, what's your response or reaction to that slide?
I think it saves people time, to be honest with you. It's saying that I guess from what I'm reading, it seems like they're trying to say it's going to get rid of certain jobs. But in actuality, it actually is saving some of those people some of their jobs, because some of those people don't even do half of that anyway. So I think it would actually help and enhance their position on certain jobs.
Okay.
Because like for me, I use it for my work. So it actually helps me a whole lot. I don't know about anybody else, but when I have work to do, it saves me a whole lot of time. So
Okay. Just quickly, what sector are you in?
I'm a credentialing manager. I deal with healthcare.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Anybody have a different reaction to that slide? Jessica, what was your reaction to it?
I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. I know that it'll definitely eventually take out a lot of human jobs. I think that there will always be a need for a human side and a human aspect of all of those jobs to some extent. But I mean, yeah, it saves time, but it also eliminates the need for an actual person to be doing those and puts people out of work.
Okay. So what do you folks think the government should do to help the people who will lose their jobs due to AI?
They should create job placements. The ones that lose their jobs, they should have something in place for them to transition to. I don't think it'll be a lot of jobs. I mean, it's a lot of jobs that don't necessarily depend, you don't have to depend on AI. You actually need like a doctor and an accountant. Is always going to be a need for a person, a human body. So I don't think it'll eliminate or alleviate a whole lot of jobs, but I think it will help certain people in certain positions.
Okay. What about the rest of you? What should the government do to help the people who will lose their jobs due to AI? You guys have nothing's coming to mind.
They need to come up with bloated bureaucratic programs to reskill and train these people to do other things.
Okay, I detected a little bit of sarcasm there, Kevin.
Oh no, that was a whole lot of sarcasm.
Okay, so do you see a role at all for government to help the people who lose their jobs due to AI?
I see the government would probably try to step in because these people do try to get elected, you know. But I see the manufacturers of AI, the Googles and ChatGPTs and Microsofts being the ones that actually come up with programs to get people reskilled, retooled, and employable again.
Okay, got it. By a show of fingers, who thinks the government should step in and regulate the development of AI? Okay, David, anybody else? One of you, okay. Dave, what steps should the government take in that regard?
They should make sure that it's not used to fire people, to replace human people with AI. They should make sure that that a company doesn't, let's say they have 100 staff members. They should make sure that the company doesn't end up laying off 95% of them just because of the AI. They should make some type of balance to tell them that AI cannot replace a majority, even 25% of your staff, do something in that regards, because if they let them run wild, you'll have somebody who would replace everybody but maybe 10 people in the company with AI. Because why would you need a receptionist anymore if you have AI can answer the phone? You don't need a receptionist. You know, you don't need people.
So you're comfortable having the government tell a company how many people it has to employ?
No, I'm comfortable with them telling them how many people that you cannot get rid of a certain amount of people that that you can't replace. Hey, you can't replace 50% of your people with AI.
Okay, so you're basically telling them how many people they have to employ. If they can't fire, if the boss wants to fire half the staff, replace them with AI, you're saying they're not allowed to do that.
No, because now you got 50%. Now you're gonna have a whole bunch of unemployed people who's now going to have to get unemployment. That's going to take money out from the economy, and now we're going to be paying for all these unemployed people.
Okay, got it. How many people are with David that the government should step in that way? Anybody else with him on that? Todd is. Okay, got it. By a show of fingers, who has heard anything about the environmental impacts of AI data centers? 3 of you have. Todd, Rachel, and Kevin. Todd, what have you heard?
They are trying to build one near my fiance, and I've heard it's going to have a really horrible impact on wherever they put it at.
In what regard? What kind of impacts?
I don't know what it does exactly, what kind of fumes or whatever it is that come out of the data center, whatever it is, but it's horrible from what I've heard.
Okay. Rachel, what about you? What have you heard about the environmental impacts?
Well, I've heard that it takes a lot of energy to run. And when you take a lot of energy, that energy has to come from somewhere. And generally speaking, it's not coming from solar and wind. It's more coming from coal and fossil fuels. So,
okay. By a show of fingers, who's heard about data centers having an impact on nearby residents' drinking water? 1 of you. Todd has. Todd, what have you heard?
Just that the residents didn't want it, are trying to shoot it down because it's going to impact their water.
Where is that taking place? Do you know?
Noonan, Georgia.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who has heard anything about the energy consumption required to run AI data centers? 3 of you have. Rochelle, you mentioned that before. Kevin, what have you heard?
Well, data centers are huge. They run a lot of computers that run on electricity. They need to be kept at a certain temperature, which means you got to run a lot of air conditioning and possibly a lot of heat. And so that all adds up to using a lot of energy.
Got it. Okay. So if I told you that the US is going to need a massive amount of additional electricity to power all the data centers being built, what would your reaction be? Jessica, what would your reaction be?
It's just concerned about how it would affect the areas that the data centers are being put in. I don't know much about it, but there was one that was being proposed nearby us as well. And the residents definitely weren't happy about the effects that, they were going to have from that. Like I say, I don't know a ton about it, but it's very concerning.
Okay, well, why would you be concerned about the additional electricity needed to power the data centers? Why would that be a concern to you?
Well, because the electricity has to come from somewhere, and so it's absorbing, fuels and things that we need for electricity for other things and for life with humans.
Okay, so if the data center is using a lot of electricity, what's that impact on you?
I don't know 100%.
What's your guess? Like, why would that be a concern at all?
I mean, I would assume either more costs for everyone, or, you know, elimination of resources that we need.
Got it. Okay. By a show of fingers, who'd be in favor of building additional nuclear power plants to accommodate the energy needs for the new data centers coming online? None
Where
of
would
you.
it be? Where would it be located? Would it be in like residential areas, or would it be on the outskirts? Well, I mean, where would it be?
Well, I guess it would be zoned for a place where you're allowed to have a nuclear power plant.
I mean, the reason why I'm asking, because I know they have lab stuff, like some of those factories that's close in residential areas. So I'm not for that. But if it's on the outskirts, like somewhere far, far out, like in the middle of nowhere, then it's fine with me.
Okay. Why do the rest of you have hesitancy about building nuclear power plants to help deal with the energy needs of these data centers? What's the hesitation? Rochelle?
Well, my power bill is outrageous, and it's outrageous because the Georgia Public Commission, the people who run the regulations for utilities, approved 6 increases in rates in order to cover the cost of 2 nuclear reactors that I know of, and probably more. I'm guessing that that's what the other rate hikes were for. And I've doubled my electricity payment just over the past year.
Got it.
2 years.
Got it. By a show of fingers, do any of you live in areas where a new data center has been built in the last 5 years? None of you do. Okay.
I really don't know.
Okay. I want to show you a couple of slides with recent headlines about AI. Cindy will put them up on the screen. So I want you to read them for a second. Cindy, put the second one up. Just want to get the gist of some of these headlines. You don't have to read all of them. Okay, you guys have the idea of what's in there? All right, so you can take them off the screen. By a show of fingers, who's seen articles like these recently? Talking about the scary aspects of AI? Only one of you has, Rochelle. And for the 6 of you, I'd like to know whether you think that these are fear-mongering or they're expressing realistic concerns. So by a show of fingers, who would describe what you just saw as fear-mongering? Just trying to get you scared. 2 of you. And how about there being realistic concerns? Show of fingers. 4 of you. Okay. By a show of fingers, I know your fingers are getting tired here. By a show of fingers, who's concerned AI personas will replace human friends for some people? Who's concerned about that? All 6 of you. Vakanda, tell me about that concern. What will that look like?
Well, I know a lot of people that are lonely, they want companionship. And I think they'll use the AI bots for companionship, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Only because some people's personalities, they get kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, excuse my expression, when they have those bots and they'll have it doing other stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So I think that would be my biggest concern, that they will be using it for other purposes.
Got it. Who has a different concern, different from Vakanda's when it comes to this issue? Anybody look at it a little differently?
I just think that the more that you use it, the more it learns you. And you feel like it's a familiar, like this. I don't know, there was a movie about a relationship with AI years ago, and I think that you get that comfort level, especially when you start seeking, like I've seen people seek, mental health within AI. You feel like it's a human because they communicate with you in human form. It's so human-like that some people will get that comfort, especially since COVID and everything has kind of gone to virtual. A lot of people are still at home, and they seek companionship, like Wakanda said.
What's wrong with that, Jessica?
It's not a person. Like it eliminates that human interaction. Like it's a machine.
And let me push you a little bit. What's wrong with that?
It eliminates, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I guess it's just the need for socialization. It's not something that I would want my children doing and leaning for. I want them to have human interaction, human socialization with other people, like not a machine.
Got it. Okay.
Because I feel like the machine is more so going to tell them what they want to hear.
Okay. Thank you for letting me push you. I appreciate that. Okay. Handful of other questions. We're going to go through them fast. By a show of fingers, who's concerned that AI will weaken privacy protections, specifically related to financial data? Kevin, you addressed this before. So who'd be concerned about that? 4 of you, 5 of you. Okay. By a show of fingers, who's concerned that AI will figure out how to launch weapons on their own without a human commander? 4 of you have that concern. By a show of fingers, who's concerned AI will be used to undermine our country's political system? 5 of you are. What, Rochelle, what would that look like? How could that happen? How would AI undermine our political system?
Well, I feel like it kind of already has. I feel like Facebook has a lot of posts that aren't created by real people. They're not people, they are machines. And whether they go, I think it depends on, they look at the algorithm of what you look like or what you look at, and then you just can go down a rabbit hole based off of your own political beliefs. And so you get either affirmation or you get the other side, which is contradiction, but kind of leaning you one way or the other in order to vote a certain way.
Okay, so I got that that's happening. What's your concern about what might happen next with AI when it comes to our country's political system?
I think that people are not getting facts. They're already not getting facts because of news stations and whatever. But I think that I think that people are not making decisions
Hang on, I'm
based on real information.
I get what's happening. My concern is what's going to happen 2 years from now. What is your worry in 2027 or 2028?
I think why does it even matter that I exist? Honestly, like if you just want a computer to make a decision for you, then the computer let the computer make the decision for you. I feel like it's so controlling in our lives today, and will just be worse, that whoever controls the bots or whatever, they're going to control the election. It's not going to be really controlled by humans.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. One other question on AI. Some people say the US has to win the AI race against China. By a show of fingers, who can tell me why some people say that that's important? one of you. Todd. Why is it important, Todd, for us to win the AI race against China?
AI can be a weapon, and basically it can be weaponized. And of course, you want your country to have the upper hand.
Okay. Does China pose a specific threat to us?
Absolutely.
Okay. So for the rest of you, concern about China being ahead of us in AI is not a concern?
I think it's a concern. I think the way you worded your question, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm
have a
with
yes or
that
no
too. I do
answer.
think it's a concern, but I just
Yeah,
don't.
and yeah, the way you worded it didn't seem like that's what you were asking.
Okay, so my imprecise wording was not helpful. Okay. I think it gets sense. It is a concern. So by show of fingers, who's concerned that China will be ahead of us in the AI race? Let me ask it that way. In the competition for AI, it's a concern if China's ahead of us. Okay, 5 of you. Got it.